So when you go kiting, quite often you'll get water that comes up the bottom of your wetsuit by riding super fast. Crashes can also cause it. So the bottom of your wetsuit can kind of get rolled up like this. So you can see, as soon as that happens, and we get it fully rolled, water's only going one way, right? And look, this is my hand, but you get it. Same thing happens on your leg. So the water gets in here and it presses down on the inside, and that basically creates a seal. So with scuba diving, they have the same sort of thing. All of your seals, you would roll them up like this so that you don't get water coming in. In kiting, this is the opposite. The water comes in and it doesn't ever get out. So you can go out and buy specialist wetsuits that solve this problem. So another way of solving this is you can get a strap. You can wrap it around the bottom of your wetsuit like this, and that will just stop the end rolling up. But if you can't be bothered putting a strap on every time, so another way to do it is to put a hole in. So you can see this is an old wetsuit I've got. This is the leg, and you can see this is my knee, and this is my inside of my leg. You can see I've just put a little hole in here. So that's what? It's about the end of my finger size. This one I found was a bit too low. Ideally what you want is for it to be able to wrap up and the hole to be around about here somewhere when you've got a decent wrap, because it will still potentially come up. What we want is for it to drain the water out, right? So I would put it around about 7 centimeters to 8 centimeters up there. I reckon that's probably perfect. So I'm lucky enough that I've got all of the bits and pieces, but basically you just need something that's going to make a moderate size hole in here. I wouldn't use, like, you're not going to be able to do it with a drill or anything like that. You really want some form of a punch to do it. So this is a set of punches I inherited. You can see that punch is a nice good hole. If we look at that hole versus this one, roughly the same size. Yeah, this was actually done using an eyelet. So I originally put like a metal eyelet in, but actually that fell out really quickly, and because I'd put some Sikaflex around there, it kind of worked. But I reckon let's try using a proper wetsuit adhesive and punching the hole. I think this will be perfect. So let's get this stuff tidied up. These are our 2 wetsuits we're going to do. We've got one, a friend's wetsuit. So that one, I think we'll be okay. We need to figure out where the inside is. So if we do this on the outside, you're probably just more likely to catch it on your feet or whatever. Catch it on something sharp. If you do it on the inside, you're probably not gonna catch it on anything. So I'd probably do that. Right. So actually, let me get a white marker. Right, so we're back. I got myself a white pen, white marker, and a set of wetsuit repair glue. Right, so let's just mark this, just so I don't get like wildly off. So I want to look for my right. Unfortunately, this has a seam right along. I would not be breaking into that seam. That would make a mess. But let's just stick our dot just a bit to the rear of our seam. That looks like a good spot. Let's do this one. So again, this is on the inside. And doing about there, hey? Looks good. So let's just check. Better to check than to stuff it up. So what we're hoping for is that this rolls up like that, and we've still got quite a bit of space before it hits here. So if this happens, if you get the elephant legs, as they call it, really like from your knee down is just going to be totally full of water. So yeah, I think that spot should work quite nicely. And let's compare to our old wetsuit, which did okay. Yeah, so you can see we've moved it up a fair way. I reckon that'll work. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm going to use a punch, I don't want to punch right through the whole wetsuit. I've got my block of wood, and then oh, look at that. Nice little perfect hole. Let's do the same on the other side. That's even better. Stuck in there, but alright, so all we need to do now is get a bit of this glue. Whoa, special stuff. And let's just put some around our hole. Not too bad. Let's try it on this one. So that'll be it. What I'm going to do is I might just hold this open. I might just put like a peg or something just to keep that wide while this stuff sets. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'll just put a bit of glue on the inside as well, just to stop this hopefully coming apart. Let's do that. This is why you stuff up your own stuff first. There we go. Looks good. Alright, so the idea is I'm just going to put a peg right here just to keep this one open. Right, so here's our next wetsuit. Got a foot mark. Apparently somebody stood on it. Alright, so let's mark it out first again. So we'll get our ruler. A dot about the 8cm mark. I reckon that's about good. Get our other one on. Make sure we've got the right spot. So here's the mark. Alright. The moment of truth. No pressure. Just check that we've got the correct side again. The other reason why I'd put it on the back and not the front is if you put it on the front, you're probably going to put your toes into it. You usually have your heel on the inside and the back. Anyway, just be careful. I've never stuck my foot inside it, but you know. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Oh, it worked perfect. How about that? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Alright, so we'll bring it inside out first. Do the inside, and then we'll roll it out. So we'll get our special wetsuit repair glue. Now this is really just gonna kind of keep it together. Like it doesn't need to stick it as such. Just needs to keep it together. So I'm gonna stick my peg on early this time. And easy. Let's get the other one done. Inside out first. Stick our peg on. And let's now put our glue on the inside of this. Inside. Looks pretty good. Yeah, if you get the elephant legs when you go out kiting, definitely give that a crack. It's always helped for me to have the hole in there. You know, after doing it on the other wetsuit, never had a problem. So I think if you have a wetsuit that's got a bit of extra room on it, that often happens. Like, it probably won't happen on your brand new wetsuit, but after it stretches a bit, or after if it's not a particularly tight fitting wetsuit, yeah, you probably need to do this. You can see that's almost dried. I'll probably wouldn't take this out until at least 24 hours. I think, what's our glue say? Do you know what? I think the curing time was on the outside of the box for this. And when you chuck the box away, you don't know what the curing time is. But I think it was 24 hours. I would still leave 24 hours for this to dry at least. Do you know what? Luckily, there ain't no wind. So it's going to be the weekend, guys, before I can check it out and let you know. But yeah, how good does that look? That is a pretty good job. Nice little hole, all fully covered on the inside. You can see that's gonna make a nice seal. Yep. See you next time. Thanks for joining in the workshop. Hope you learned something.